Initially, when we set out to design the car, we started from the inside out. And this idea of third space, this transition between work and home. And so from the exterior standpoint, we knew we were dealing with a pretty good amount of space. So one of the biggest goals we really wanted to achieve was really trying to shrink wrap the vehicle around this space for the occupants as much as we could. We wanted to counterbalance the car and kind of create this beautiful stance, give the car some athleticism. And one thing you notice when you walk into a cool space or a really interesting building is they really focus on the entrance, because when you walk through that door, that's where the experience kind of starts. So we really wanted to kind of take that mentality and apply it to the car. One of the other design goals was to really kind of make the interior space feel much larger. So from the outside, we really wanted a transparent roof, which we thought would be really unique. And what you'll notice is in doing that, we had to redesign and re-engineer the structure of the roof. So you'll see a really cool play between glass and structure up there and what you find is an X-brace. So I think the portal lighting on the car is really like the coolest feature. It can be seen as a customizable option for the driver or the passengers, but it's also functional. It's there for a reason, right? So when you hail a car service, usually you're kind of looking at your phone, trying to see where it's at on the map, right? I think what the portals do, since they're so large on the vehicle, is let's say you're hailing a car with a particular color, let's say orange in this case, right? The portal concept would light orange. So as you see it come around the corner, you see it in traffic down the street, you can instantly capture it with your eyes. So you know if you need to walk down to it, get in the car quicker. If it's cold outside, you don't have to wait as long. Me being tall, I'm 95th percentile. So I think what's really cool about the portal concept is it takes that structure and it hides it somewhere else. So when you're getting into the vehicle, it's a lot easier as a tall person to get in and organize yourself and to feel comfortable once you're there. The one takeaway I want people to know is that, we're thinking about the future. We want it to serve a purpose and a function. We don't just want it to be a styling exercise. We want people to be able to use it the way we envision it, and that's really, I think, the beauty behind this concept.
The Portal concept, it's a vehicle that focuses on millennial customers and their evolving needs as they develop families of their own. It addresses what they might need in early family stages, and then it can grow with them with upgradability and modular features, functions, and software. I think one of the biggest goals we set forth was to not approach it like a traditional automotive enclosure, but more like a beautiful place that we wanted to be in. There's lots of light throughout the cabin because of all the daylight openings in the roof structure, and also the horizontal lights that are at the base of the sliding portal doors. So this really makes the cabin feel open, light, and airy, and that's a really important element to creating a beautiful place. One of our biggest inspirations for the styling of the vehicle was mid-century modern furniture, because it's so classic in that it celebrates what is comfortable and what is structural equally, and it's usually a statement of high contrast, whether that be in material or color. So what is dark and light, what is hard and soft. And that's a theme that kind of plays throughout the entire interior cabin. The palette was selected because we understand that millennials have a more sophisticated and understated attraction to collections like this, and that's why we selected grays, heathers. We wanted this vehicle to feel like when you got inside that you were putting on your favorite sweater or maybe your favorite shirt, and then you want to bling it up a little with some accent cufflinks or a splash of color in a necklace. And so that was kind of the theory inside the cabin with the color and trim. We wanted to have this beautiful neutral backdrop and then splashes of an intense jewel-toned inspired accent color that could be selected by the customer. Well, in the stowed position, the steering wheel appears to be a seamless part of the instrument panel sculpture. But when deployed, the horn pad slides forward, the scissor arms position the handles, and it is truly a work of art on its own. I love how it's really soft and tactile in the front, and then behind it, it's very hard industrial design statement. And so it's this interesting contrast, but also this really beautiful example of what industrial designers call surprise and delight. And it's really a focal point, and I think is really well celebrated inside the cabin. The instrument panel is also really interesting because it's a statement of contrasts. There's this soft contoured IP pad on top, and it's supported by a stark piano black element beneath it. And that houses a lot of the instruments and controls, and they're kind of seamlessly integrated into that sculpture. And there's also a panoramic screen that sits on top of that soft white contoured pad that displays a lot of the information that's essential to the driver, but is also very much visible by every other passenger in the vehicle. We know that millennials are strapped down by student loans. They don't have as much expendable income as a generation before them. So we really want to give them everything they need, but nothing they don't at that phase in their life.
How would I describe the Portal concept? I would say it's a people mover, which is good because that's what Chrysler's known for, right? That's what we're good at. The target market for this vehicle is the millennial group, so people that were born 1982-ish to 2001. And what they're looking for is something that's eco-friendly. They're looking for something that's flexible and modular, so really to be able to grow with them throughout their life. They're looking for value, so in the beginning it's cheap and affordable, maybe one seat, and then as they grow throughout their life, they can add seats or components as necessary. So there's 5 levels of autonomy. We're focused on level 3 autonomy. So that still requires the driver to interact, but the autonomous capability is on the highway. So the vehicle knows through GPS that it's on the highway, so it's capable of going into an autonomous mode. And with that, there's an array of sensor technologies with LiDAR, radar, ultrasonic, and cameras really looking at what's going on around the vehicle, what's surrounding it, what's its environment, and then able to take control and drive itself. And then when getting out of autonomous mode, the vehicle will indicate that the driver needs to take back control. And if the driver is not capable, then we actually bring the vehicle to a safe stop on the shoulder. So getting it out of the way of traffic and keeping everyone safe. So this is a battery electric vehicle. So that means that we have a single electric motor that drives the front wheels. It's 150 kilowatts. And then that's paired with a flat battery pack under the vehicle that's 100 kilowatt hours. And benefit of all of that is that you get instant torque, which is really fun. But it also, we get 250 miles of range, which is pretty cool for a vehicle this size, for a family vehicle. And the other cool thing is that we have DC super fast charging. So we get a lot of people saying, well, I don't know if I want a battery electric vehicle. I kind of have range anxiety. I don't know if I can go to work and come home and go on errands. So 250 miles, definitely eliminates that anxiety. And then being able to charge up to 150 miles in less than 20 minutes is very easy. Quick pit stop on a road trip and you're good to go. The other really cool thing is that our charge indicator light is evolved into the Chrysler wing badge on the front of the vehicle. So you can be sitting down eating your food and look outside and see exactly what charge you're at. So let's say you're an avid biker and you want to be able to put your bike in the vehicle. You can move all of those seats up into, let's say, stadium mode and move them forward or rearward as needed to get your bike in the car. Or even if you're doing a renovation at home and you need to buy some drywall, let's say, you can move all those seats into, a fold flat condition and slide the drywall right in. And I think that's the other big thing on this vehicle is focused on realistic future technologies versus just, pie in the sky ideas, right? Of what do we know is coming in the future? What do we know that we can actually accomplish?
Portal is really focused on the next generation of drivers, millennials, and really what they want out of the future in terms of mobility. So it's eco-friendly, it's eco-conscious, it's cost-conscious, flexible, upgradable, but really I think it's the first step in the next generation of mobility solutions. Leveraging all these technologies to really help the vehicle understand who you are was critical. So we have facial recognition, voice recognition. We're leveraging cloud-based profiles as well. So when you approach the car sees you and knows who you are, can unlock the door, open it for you. When you sit down, all your preferences are loaded from the profiles. That includes comfortable temperatures, that includes seat positions, that includes media content, seat position in the vehicle relative to your other passengers, and that really helps with the seamless integration of all the other devices as well. You'll be able to plug in any brought-in device. It's going to be docked securely, and it's going to seamlessly integrate to the system in the car. On road trips, if you're getting fast food in a couple miles, instead of trying to talk through the box out a window, we can leverage all the brought-in devices. Everyone orders in their own seat, no miscommunication. All the payment takes care of itself. The vehicle can submit the payment safely, and everything's just kind of simple, seamless, integrated. So the Himout Display was really designed to help give this sense of spatial awareness. The Himout Display is placed higher in your vision line. It goes across car so that we can not only keep your eyes closer to the road, but also really help guide your focus on what information you may or may not need to know or see, and even be able to place that information contextually. 3D graphics are something that millennials are coming to expect. I think they see it all the time in video games. I know I play a ton of video games, and the visuals are in movies, games, and other media on your devices in your pocket. They're becoming very, very good. I mean, that's something that's almost an expectation now. And not only do they look good, but the 3D helps clearly communicate a lot faster than 2D. I mean, because that's how we see the real world as well. We're leveraging the 3D graphics as well to be even more descriptive on what's going on. So we're showing your position relative to everything else. We're showing objects being detected, size, scale, position, directionality. We're showing what's going on ahead of you, behind you, and even side to side. And so we're able to really communicate a lot